and welcome to Respectfully with Miss Pretty Young Thing. I'm your girl, Miss PYT. Get into it. So, this is my first YouTube video ever. And I'm a little bit nervous, but we're gonna do our best to just fly through this thing real quick. And I thought the best way to be able to do this is to give y'all an opportunity to get to know me, all right? And what's the best way to do that besides a quick Q&A? So I took a bunch of questions and I put it in this jar, okay? And I'm gonna answer them one by one till we get to the last question, and that's it. If y'all have any more questions for me, feel free to drop them in the comments, and maybe each vlog entry I can make sure that I can answer each one by one. I'll do my best to kind of sort of pay homage to my first video ever in that way. All right, so that being said, let's go ahead and get started. All right. Before we get started, I just wanted to do a quick plug-in real quick. Y'all like my shirt? It turns you on. Yes, I have a clothing line. Feel free to check out cartwheelcartel.com, or you can check out the link in the bio of my Instagram, of my Twitter, of my Facebook. I don't know if it's on there. I don't really use that. But it's on my TikTok. It's on every platform. Link in bio. My link tree is Miss Pretty Young Thing. Everything's linked under Miss Pretty Young Thing. All right? So that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So the first question is, how would your friends describe you? We would start with this one. All right, so how would my friends describe me? Of all of my friendship groups that I'm a part of, I feel like I'm the token funny girl. I like to make people comfortable, make people laugh, but then at the same token, I'm extremely empathetic. I try to make sure that no matter what, everyone around me is good. I think it has to do with me being a Libra. I need everything around me to be as balanced as possible. I don't like it when my friends are not unorganized. What's the word I'm looking for? Are uneased. I don't like it when people around me aren't like feeling their best or uncomfortable or whatever the case may be. So I try my best to be that median to make sure that we can all have a good time in whatever, you know, it is that we're doing. Let's go with the flow. Let's do that. So I'm the funny girl, I'm the empathetic girl, and I'm the adventurous girl. I think that's the best way that my friends would be able to describe me. All right, so let's go on to question number 2. Question number 2 says, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Well, aside from wealthy, I see myself in 10 years married, of course. I am 33, so in 10 years I'll be 43. What? Them numbers. But in 10 years I'll be 43. I do see myself married. I've always said that I want 4 kids. I want 2 boys and 2 girls. I've always said that, you know, I'm not choosy on where I decide to make my retirement home, but I was born and raised in Miami, so I would love to have one of my homes in Miami, and then depending on where my husband's from, maybe we can have a home there and then a getaway in between, which means that I need money in order to do that. As far as career-wise, I would hope 10 years from now, my successes in becoming an entrepreneur within the realm of social media would have taken off. I would hope that I'm able to do, you know, bigger and better things from this small vision that I have. This is me planting the mustard seed, people. And honestly, I just want to be happy. In 10 years, I want to be happy. All right. So I will be married. I'll have 4 kids. I'll have at least 3 homes. Get into it. And I'll be happy. All right. Next question. What is my favorite Bible verse? I love this one because I grew up in the church. I was raised in the church. I have so many pastors in my family, and excuse that brain fart, don't pay no attention. But I have so many pastors in my family, and I feel like this is such a cliche verse, but it is my favorite. Philippians 4 verse 13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That is my favorite verse because it's always a reminder that no matter what is going on, I can do it. No matter what battles it looks like I'm going through that looks unachievable, I will defeat it. No matter how far the destination looks, I will get there. Can I get an amen? Hallelujah. All right. So that is my favorite Bible verse. All right, let's go on to the next question. We're already on question number 4. I hope this video ain't too short. We're going to see. My most recent obsessions. Okay. So one of my most recent obsessions, y'all, is perfume. Oh my God. I have become obsessed with perfume over the past couple years. I don't know if it's just a 30 thing, but ever since I turned 30, I've been so obsessed with scents. I've been so obsessed with florals. I've been so obsessed with not fruity per se, but coconut in particular. So while we're talking about my recent obsessions, I can tell you a couple of my favorite combinations that I've been doing as of lately. So I'm a big Sephora girl. Big shout out to Sephora for granting me permission to get a credit card from them. Get into it. So my favorites have been becoming oils, because oils you can mix with perfumes or body sprays and have a whole new set of smells based on your body type. And my favorite oil right now is Balinese Coconut by Nest. Respectfully, Sephora, you're gonna have to cut me a check, because Balinese Coconut, I need all the ladies that are listening to this thing to buy Balinese Coconut, okay? What I've been mixing with that lately, I just went out of town to Phoenix. I brought the Balinese Coconut with me, and some of the perfumes that I have been mixing with it. You know what? Let me just collect them. I'll be right back.
A few moments later.
All right. So here is Balinese Coconut, an oil that I picked up at Sephora. It's sold by Nest. Such a wonderful oil. Oh my God. It's like the subtle hint of coconut. I'm not the biggest lover of fruity flavors, but fruity scents, sorry, not flavors, because respectfully, I ain't got nobody licking up on me. But it smells so good. Like, you have to experience it. You have to experience it. But what I liked to pair it with while I was out of town, as of recently, this is becoming one of my favorites, y'all. One thing about Fleur Missing Person, baby. This is the sample size, which I'm a big fan of travel sized anythings because I'm always on go. So Fleur Missing Person plus Balinese Coconut. Thank me later. Thank me later. Another staple that I liked with it was the Gucci Flora, the pink one. Get into it. Where's the camera? There we go. The pink Gucci Flora, it smells really good with it. It's good for like a brunch towards the evening type situation, while the Missing Person is more so of a day party circumstance. Get into it. Now, if you want to go for a nighttime, I would say Perfect by Marc Jacobs, which it's in one of my carrying cases. I don't know, but here's a Daisy here. Daisy smells good with it as well, but I prefer Perfect over Daisy. And right here, I have the Versace. Which one is this? The Dylan Purple, sorry. I have the travel size Versace Dylan Purple, which pairs perfectly with this. This was a chef's kiss for my night out. Shout out to Meet Me. That's what I was smelling like when everybody was saying I was smelling yum yum at the all-white party in Phoenix, Arizona. Thank me later, ladies. But those are my go-tos, and that is my most recent obsession. As far as music, I can say my most recent obsession has been Doja Cat. I have become a fan of Doja Cat. It's crazy because I had a hate relationship. I can't even say love-hate relationship. I had a hate relationship for Doja Cat when she had first came out, because I heard that Be I'm a Cow song. I don't know if y'all was feeling it, but I wasn't. Beat, I'm a cow. Bit, I'm a cow. Bit, I'm a cow. Go moo. What was I supposed to do with that song? But she redeemed herself because she's been stepping through. Vegas is my song. Okay? Vegas is my song. I need to drop a little bounce to Vegas right here. Okay? Just so that y'all know what I'm talking about. But respectfully, lately I've been finding myself bumping Doja Cat while I'm doing laundry, while I'm cleaning the house, got the music playing while I'm going through my daily face regimen. Listen, Doja, and she a Libra, baby. I think I loved her more when I found out that her birthday's the day after mine. I'm October 20th and she's October 21st. As crazy as she is style-wise, I understand her musically, except for that Be I'm a Cow song. I wasn't feeling it. Next question. Okay. Favorite foods. Okay. So, I'm a big seafood person. Anything of the sea. I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that I was born and raised in the county of Dade 305. Stand up, Miami was good. But I love seafood. Anything from mollusks to shellfish to fish to octopus. I had gator for the first time in Tampa last year. Anything from the sea, PYT will eat. Okay? I had swordfish for the first time. It was freaking amazing. I had grouper for the first time. These are some things that I ate this year, like in the recent. It was amazing. I'm a big sushi person. It has to be raw. I'm not the biggest fan of fried sushi, but I'm a big fan of salmon, not cucumber, salmon, avocado, and cream cheese. If them 3 ingredients is in it, PYT is in it, okay? What else? Yeah, seafood boils, snow crab, green mussels, woo, crawfish. I am a big seafood person, hands down. Favorite foods, seafood. Second place for me will be any sort of protein. I'm a big fan of protein, and when I say protein, I mean red meats. I mean I've been having a lot of brain farts lately. I need to make sure I get that situated while I'm trying to get into blogging. But I'm a big fan of steak. One of my favorite times that I had a good steak was Fogo de Chao. Fogo de Chao was one of my favorite experiences, especially when I went to go eat at the Fogo de Chao in Puerto Rico, I want to say 2 years ago. And honestly, medium. I like it medium. Medium to medium well. If you like your steak well done, don't subscribe. I'm joking. Subscribe. Please subscribe, hit the button, like, comment, all of that good stuff. But I prefer medium to medium well. Favorite foods? I'm a protein girl. Next question. Let's go. So, how was it growing up with 3 brothers? Okay, fun fact. I am the only girl of my family. My mother pushed out 5 babies. The oldest one was my one and only sister, who passed away of pneumonia when I was 5 years old. Now, that left me to grow up with 3 brothers, which my youngest brother was actually born on the same day that my sister passed away. So he never got an opportunity to meet her. As far as growing up with 3 brothers, that's just a backstory. I just wanted to get that out of the way. As far as growing up with 3 brothers, I can definitely say I am a huge tomboy. And it's not even a tomboy like I'm in touch with my femininity. Don't get me wrong. I can wear a pair of heels every day if I wanted to. But at the same token, a lot of things that took a little tweaking as I aged. For example, I'm not a big fan of the color pink. I'm not a big fan of the color pink. I don't know what it is about it. It just, I don't know. But I've been taking a liking to it as of lately, only because, baby, when PYT put on pink, oh, event over, shut down. This concludes wherever the heck we at, because I look good in pink. Something about this luscious chocolate Reese's cup skin looks good in pink. I'm not the biggest fan of pink, but I love how people compliment me no matter what shade of pink is. Like anywhere from baby pink to hot pink to magenta. Like people are just like, oh my God, like they can't get enough of me in pink. I'm not the biggest fan of pink, but I'm learning to play around with it because I get the most compliments as far as my outfits go when they include pink. I don't know what's wrong with y'all eyes, but I'm trying to adjust mine. And what else as far as growing up with three brothers? I love sports. I am obsessed with basketball. I have a big love for football. Being from Miami, I am a big fan of the Miami Heat. I've always been a fan of Dwayne Wade. Been watching him since he was in college. Get into it. What else? Fun fact, my first job ever was for the Dolphins. And then I went ahead to bartend for the Miami Heat. Listen, I can't get enough of sports. I worked a couple Marlins games as well as a server. And it wasn't even a sports related job. I just wanted to be in the building. I just had to be there. I was there when Heat won our championships. I want to say 2011 and 12, or was it 12 and 13? I don't remember, but I was there. I was lit, and we was outside. Hello, shout out to Wade, Bosch, and LeBron for getting us where we needed to go. So what else? As far as growing up with guys, I can definitely say growing up with men put my shoe game together. My closet is actually extremely decked out when it comes to sneakers. I have anything from Huaraches to cool grays to wolf grays to LeBrons to, like, listen, I can go style it up with the Balenciagas, the Dolces. Like, I have an extensive shoe game, and I feel like that part comes with being around men a lot of the times. Like, going to middle school and high school, my shoe size never changed. I actually have baby feet. I'm a 4.5, and my feet have not changed since middle school. So as I added to my collection, I never really had to subtract, which made me, extend my collection to classics and things that I can keep for long periods of time. And I do have a little, idea that by the time I have kids, they'll be able to wear mommy's size 4.5 shoes, because them shoes are still going to be in style. Trust me, Jordan ain't going nowhere. So yeah, that's how it was growing up with three brothers. But on the flip side of that, I'll say the good, but I'll also say the bad. Not having any sisters made me lose touch of relationship with women for a very, very long time. I had a lot of guy friends growing up. I didn't have a big trust in women unless I was related to you, as far as like cousins, my mom. And I feel like that played a major role by the time I hit college and I started being around more women, moving on to college and being in college dorms on the girl floors and things of that nature. And I feel like it kind of sort of still has an impact on my life, as far as, the fact that, weirdly enough, I feel like I can maintain relationships with men for longer periods of time than I can with women. We might jump into another segment in that because we're getting a little too intimate for me, but I definitely can say that that's how it was growing up with three brothers and how it kind of turned me into the person that I am now. Let's keep it going. 2024 goals. Take a seat. If you're standing up, sit down, because we can go through this all night, but we're not going to do that. My 2024 goals. So I am now recording my first YouTube video, as I said, and we are sitting at 100 subscribers. By the end of 2024, I want to have made it to 10,000 subscribers. I don't know how we gonna do it. I'm not sure how we gonna do it, but that's my goal. By December 31st of next year, I want to be at 10,000 subscribers. Whether or not we make it to that goal or don't make it to that goal, it's okay, because that's just something that I see for myself. I feel like I have what it takes to be able to impact the world with my words, with my life, with my story, with my experiences. And we're just gonna take it one video at a time, you know? 2024 goals outside of YouTube. I definitely want to have owned my first concrete property. I am a renter of this beautiful condo that you see you know, around you, but I want to be able to be a homeowner. I want to be able to, you know, concrete something for myself, something that I can, you know, invest in, or Airbnb, or whatever the case may be. And I want to be able to do that. Another 2024 goal that I have for myself is I just want everything that I'm planting my seeds on to take off when it comes to my clothing line, when it comes to my blog, when it comes to my live streams, when it comes to my Instagram. Even we're at 5.5K followers on Instagram. Let's double that up. Can we get that to 10,000 too? 10 for 10? Let's do that. As far as my life, I want to be able to strengthen my relationship with my father, maybe. I want to be able to give my mother her dream car. I want to be able to just do everything that I can to make my family proud. I feel like, you know, they're proud of me as a person because I'm here, my heart is beating, and I'm going after what it is that I want, which is what any parent wants for their child. But then at the same token, I'm still chasing that level of success for them to be able to know that I'll be okay. And once I get there, which hopefully 2023, me planting these seeds for 2024 will get me exactly where that is. Okay, get into it. All right, let's go. My favorite message. I like that question. So my favorite message would be, I know a lot of y'all are probably not spiritual, but I am. And if you've never heard of him, look up a pastor named T.D. Jakes and look for his Potter's Touch podcast. Or you can just simply go on YouTube, which here you are, and look up a one of his messages named Water the Seed. When I tell you, whenever I'm at my lowest of lows, I listen to that message and I remind myself of who I am and who my father created. Like, big shout out to Pastor T.D. Jakes, because Water the Seed has brought me through so many trials and tribulations in my life ever since he dropped that message. There were, in my hardest of times, I used to listen to that message every day driving to work. Like, Water the Seed, that is my message. So that's my favorite message. All right, next question. We're actually rolling through these rather quickly. Shout out to everybody that's keeping up with me. All right, so if your life was a movie, what would be the title? If my life was a movie, what would be the title? Respectfully, Miss Pretty Young Thing. I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like that would be the title, Respectfully PYT, because at the end of the day, no matter what I'm doing, no matter where I'm going, no matter, you know, who I'm with, I'm gonna carry myself to the highest that I possibly can. I'm going to be unapologetically me. We gonna do what we gotta do. We gonna go where we gotta go. We gonna get where we gotta get respectfully, okay? So That's the motto. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. If money wasn't an option, what are your next 3 vacation spots? Okay, so if money was not an option. All right, so if money wasn't an option, I definitely would find myself pulling up in Egypt. I have a borderline like obsession with having to go to Egypt. I want that to be one of the first spots that I set foot in on my journey to the Eastern Hemisphere. I've been out of the country, but I've never been to the other side of the globe. So I definitely want to set foot there. If money wasn't an option, another spot that I would go to is China. Reason why I want to go to China is because I want to be able to get a first-hand glimpse of where all of the vendors are for a lot of the places that bring forth merchandise over to the United States, so I could go ahead and do my clothing lines from scratch, so I can go ahead and not need a middleman, or I can supersede all parts as far as manufacturings, or even build my own building that I can make respectfully the brand merchandise at. So I want to be able to go to China, and I would like, listen, if money wasn't an option, I would come back with a factory, get into it. And a third place, I want to go to Brazil. Brazil, like every time I see you know what actually got me into wanting to go to Brazil? I need y'all to go back and look at Snoop Dogg featuring Pharrell music video. Beautiful. Listen, when I tell you that music video is the reason why I want to go to Brazil, Brazil looks breathtakingly amazing. And I feel like those 3 places touch on 3 different continents, so I'll definitely be experiencing life with those 3 places if money wasn't an option. All right, so let's go to the next question. 3 albums you can play without any skips, baby. All right, number 1, hands down, I ain't even gotta think about it. Pop Smoke, Meet the Woo 2 Deluxe version. Huh. I said I was invisible. Hey.
It's 100 niggas in the spot. I won't keep going. It's 85 just to walk through.
Listen, Invincible, Sweetheart. Listen, I can listen to that album from front to back, from side to side, from wall to wall. I went on a road trip from Fresno, California to LA, and I literally played that album, I think about 4 times over before I finally decided to play something else. And the only reason why I decided to play something else is because I wanted, to use the aesthetics of the road to go with my little videos that I was putting on Instagram, get into it. But respectfully, Pop Smoke, what I really regret about Pop Smoke is right when I literally was just bumping his stuff back to back to back to back is when I woke up one morning and he lost his life. And I will always be saddened by that because, yo, that man was tough, bruh. I love me some Pop Smoke. Rest in peace. Tell my sister I said hi. Another album that I could listen from front to back, side to side, wall to wall is Justin Timberlake, Future Sex Love Sound. I don't care what nobody say. Justin Timberlake is black. We have taken him. Justin Timberlake is a Negro, okay? When I tell you I love Justin Timberlake creatively, I love his collaborations with Timbaland as the producer of his album. I love the fact that he can beatbox, and he beatboxed, I want to say 75% of the beats behind that album. That man is talented. That man can sing. That man could dance. When you going back on tour, bruh? I'll be there. I will be there. Justin Timberlake, Future Sex Love Sound. Get into it. A third album I can play back to back. It's probably gonna be a Rihanna album, but since we only can pick one, let me see if I can choose. Shout out to Apple Music. Give me a second. to figure out which one of Rihanna's wonderful albums I can pick. Y'all, when I tell you I am trapped between Good Girl Gone Bad and Loud, like, dang, hold on, let me think long and hard about this, because you gotta remember, Good Girl Gone Bad, that's when Rihanna first signed with Jay-Z. That's when she cut her hair. We talk about 2007 Rihanna. We talk about short hair, just got yatted in the subtlest of places Rihanna. We talk about Umbrella Rihanna. We talk about Shut Up and Drive Rihanna. We talking about Hate That I Love You featuring Neo Rihanna. Oh my, we talk about Rehab Rihanna. Oh my God, hold on. We talk about Take a Bow. Take a Bow is one of my favorite songs. Hold on. And then we're looking at Loud. We gotta remember, Loud Rihanna is 2010 Rihanna. That's Redhead Rihanna. That is What's My Name featuring Drake Rihanna. That is California King Bad Rihanna. That is Skin Rihanna. Oh my God. Okay, so if I had to choose between Loud Rihanna and Good Girl Gone Bad Rihanna, I'm gonna go with Good Girl Gone Bad. I will go with Good Girl Gone Bad. Although I can bump both of those albums back to back, front to back, side to side, wall to wall, I'll do Good Girl Gone Bad. I love Rihanna. Rihanna, if you're watching this video, I love you. She is literally the only person in the entire world that I would have to contain myself if I ever met them. I've met a lot of celebrities. Listen, y'all, I'm from Miami. I've rubbed shoulders with a lot of different people. But if I ever meet Rihanna, if I'm with somebody, I'm gonna have to... How does my hair look? Does my breath smell good? Hold on. Jesus Christ, my knees is buckling. I feel like I have some sweat on my nose. I will be nervous. Like, we're talking about America's first self-made billionaire is an island queen. Ha! Caribbean girls, run it. Ask Riri, okay? She's somebody that I look at, like, for real. When I say I look at, like, my makeup, Fenty, okay? My lip gloss, hey, Fenty, talk to me nice. The bra I got up under this respectfully shirt, say it with me now, Fenty, okay? I love Rihanna, but that wasn't the question, but, you know, Good Girl Gone Bad is definitely on that list. Let's go to the next question. Okay, so we got... What made you move to Atlanta? Okay, so like I mentioned before, I was born and raised in Miami. I lived in Miami for 30 years before I decided to move to Atlanta Black Friday of 2020. I took that 9-hour drive and threw everything in my Kia and came up here with all my little things. I signed a month-to-month lease with a little spot. Big shout out to my first landlord out here. I actually took over the lease of my friend when I had first came out here, so big shout out to them. And I had a roommate that was never there, but it was kind of cool because she was a flight attendant. So I had the place all to myself, like, I was there for like, I want to say a year and some change, and she was never there. Like, out of that year, she probably was there for a month, spread out. But I was hardly there ever because that's when I was on my contracting tip really heavy. So as far as work, primarily, at that time, I was a political contractor. And I was bouncing from place to place. One second I'm in Maine, the second I'm in Colorado, to Pennsylvania, to California, back to Tampa, then up to Georgia, then like I was bouncing back to back. So like the place was empty majority of the time. But what made me move to ATL in the first place, honestly, it was kind of impulsive. It was one of those things where it was smack dab in the middle of quarantine. The world was shut down. Nothing was happening in Miami. Nothing was happening everywhere. And I was going through a season where me and my father was not seeing eye to eye, and I had just moved back into the place, well, my family's place, to save money from quarantine, and things just weren't working out. Like, at that time, I was working for Marriott, JW Marriott Miami Turnberry in Aventura. For those that are from Miami, is that big hotel right behind Aventura Mall. I was a front desk supervisor there, and honestly, I just let that job fall by the wayside, and I started taking streaming seriously. So some of my supporters on here, y'all know that I am a top badge, which is basically a verified streamer through an app called Meet Me, which is also run through an app called Scout, and also another app called Plenty of Fish. I stream from Plenty of Fish, but my live streams broadcast throughout all of the platforms that I just shared. So I was taking off on that. By that time, I started making good money. I decided to take it on full term as I continued to kind of sort of make a shift and putting contracting to second place, so that I can see, like, at that time, 2020 was a big experimental season for me, where I was just like, let's see what another city has to go for me. Let's see what a new job venture has to go for me. Literally, when I stopped working at the hotel, contracting fell on my lap. And it was a season for change. So I literally just packed my stuff and I went to the place, and my friend moved out and I moved in, and I'm still here 3 years later. So why did I move to ATL? To see how I could shake the room out here, to be honest. I feel like I know what I have to offer in Miami, and I wanted to be able to make it to my goals outside of my comfort zone. And I feel like quarantine was the best time to be able to do so, because I wasn't missing out on anything. The world was literally shut down. So I took all of quarantine by the fist, and I made it my priority to make sure that, you know, I could concrete something for myself. And I felt like the easiest way to be able to do that was to get outside of my comfort zone and to get away from, you know, family, from friends, from problems, so that I could focus. I didn't have anybody out here when I first moved out here. So it was one of those things where I moved so that I could have a clean slate to be able to just think and execute. So honestly, hopefully I was right. Things are moving as far as, you know, social media goes. I'm up to, I want to say 60.3K followers on my live stream through POF. My Instagram is at 5K followers. I'm now making money through Reels on there. As far as contracting, I still make money on the side from there. I've been playing around with Airbnb, and I've been making money through that. I've been kind of sort of getting a taste of entrepreneurship, and now YouTube and TikTok are my next new ventures. So stick around, we're gonna see. What is your biggest aspiration in life? Honestly, it's to be happy. Not to sound all Beyonce Pretty Hurts-ish, but to be happy is my biggest aspiration in life. I want to be able to be comfortable money-wise. I want my future kids to not need anything. And not even saying that I grew up in such a struggle circumstance, because I feel like my parents, coming from Haiti, coming to the United States, they made sure that we never went without the lights on. They made sure that we always had clothes on our back and food on the table. They made sure that, like, I remember seeing small things that I didn't understand until I was older, but it was one of those things where they made sure that we were happy. They made sure that we were together. My dad never had to get a single food stamp. And he was a janitor, and now he's an accountant. My mom was a hairdresser and a seamstress, and now she is a BSN, okay? She is the head of nursing of where she is at in a hospital, a small private hospital in Miami. Like, we talk about people that didn't even speak English. So if they were able to do that, imagine me. So I want to be able to provide for my family. I want to be able to be a great partner for my husband, my future husband. Where you at? I want to just be able to do everything in my power to be happy. I want my friends around me to be good. I want to be able to impact the community. I want to be able to be a fisher of men. I want to be able to not want for anything. Like, if I want them Balenciaga shoes, I'm going to buy them, okay? If I want sushi at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to eat that. I want to be happy, period. Respectfully. All right, it looks like we have 3 questions left, y'all. We got 3 questions left. Next question. What is your biggest regret in life? Lord. Okay. I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible without getting too awkward about it. But my biggest regret in life would probably be trying to appease to what my parents want rather than what I wanted for myself. Now, if I break that down, if you Caribbean, you already know the vibe. My dad wanted my oldest brother to be the lawyer. He wanted me to be the doctor, and my my little brother to be the engineer, and then my other brother to take over his accounting firm. My dad is an accountant. And honestly, none of us ended up doing that. It was one of those things where we all ended up doing our separate thing, because it's a lot of pressure trying to please your parents sometimes. And it's like, my biggest regret is going to school and not going to school for what I wanted to go to school for. And I ended up going to a university in Miami, FIU, and I started off pre-med to try. In my head, I was going to go on to do pediatrics, because, like I said, my sister died when I was 5 years old. She was actually 12, and I wanted to do pediatrics to kind of help in the realm of child medicine, so that other families wouldn't have to suffer the way my family had to suffer in the death of my sister. But in the realm of doing that, I realized that that's not what I really wanted to do. And it's something that I told myself I wanted to do based on what my dad wanted for me. So I switched my eyes over to sports medicine. Like I said before, I love sports. By the time I finished schooling over there, I ended up starting with my workouts and my workout regimens. I started training different people at UFIT, and then I moved on to a private gym in Opelika. I have a friend that's a personal trainer for Flow Rider. Him and I used to do workouts together before with people like City Girls and different people within the industry. And even that just wasn't all the way filling for me. And then that all the way got shut down by the time quarantine hit, because by the time quarantine hit, we couldn't work out in the gyms anymore. I couldn't take my clients to the park anymore. There was no way for me to do what it is that I love. So on the realm of doing that, I ended up learning different things. So I built my own website as far as personal training goes, for people to be able to book me. I learned how to build the website because, first of all, big shout out to my pastor back home, Pastor Terrence Wilson of Cool Church in Miramar, Florida. He hosted a class, I want to say around 2016-17, a free graphic class, and he taught us how to use Adobe Premiere and Adobe Photoshop. I took that class so seriously, and I'm so glad that I did, because even the beautiful YouTube intro that y'all saw, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been able to do that. Even the pictures that y'all see me posting on Instagram as far as aesthetics, as far as everything, you know, making everything cohesive and things of that nature, if it wasn't for me, you know, being a helping hand in the church as far as the graphics team, as far as publishings, as far as helping with the Instagram page and being in charge of the postings and things of that nature, I wouldn't have the creative eye for social media as I do. So big shout, listen, it was God that instilled what it is that I have right now and what it is that we are moving towards in the present tense. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like my biggest regret in life is not moving on what I wanted to do sooner and trying to appease to my parents, because I feel like where I am right now, I could have been there. Where I'm trying to go, I could be there now. But at the same token, I can't necessarily say that that's a regret, because there's a lot of different things that I've learned on this journey. There's a lot of different things. There's a lot of different people that I had to meet in the college classes that I was at. There was a lot of different things that I had to learn on this journey to get to build me up to the person that I am and the person that I'm becoming. So, you know, shout out to Daddy. I love you. I'm sorry that I'm not a doctor, but I promise I'm going to make you proud. Okay? All right, we got 2 more questions. Let's see what's next. Name 3 people you look up to. Okay. So I already said that I'm obsessed with Rihanna. So we're going to name her number 1 just because I feel like it would be cliche to save the best for last. We're going to do the best first. Like I said before, Rihanna is Bayesian. She's an island gal, born on a small island of Barbados. She is America's first self-made billionaire, and she is a black woman. And she's not even a self-made billionaire off music. She's a self-made billionaire off her entrepreneurship. This lady has makeup. This lady has clothes. This lady has so many good things going for herself, and I am here for it. When I tell you I am laced with Fenty, I am laced with Fenty, okay? She is a big inspiration for me, because, you know, America is, you know, it has its SHIT-ness, but at the same token, I love to see like those success stories of people coming to the United States and following their dreams and doing exactly what it is that they're supposed to do. Like, she is a big staple to the land of the free. And big shout out to her for sticking to what she loves and doing it and running the course. And now she is happy. Now she is a mother. Now she where she is, I'm not going to say necessarily that I'm going to be there one day, but respectfully, I want to get close enough for us to be able to look at each other in the face. And I know, like, I can tell her, yo, you're an inspiration for me. Second person that I can say that I look up to would be my mother. Honestly, it takes a lot to go through everything that she went through. As far as a little backtrack of my parents' life and my mother in particular. She lost her virginity to my father. He's the only man that she's ever been with. And in the same night of losing her virginity, she fell pregnant to my sister. And in a scurry, my uncle, her eldest brother, brought her over to the United States so that she would not give birth to her first child in a third world country, aka Haiti. And she was able to touch soil, I want to say 1985, thus giving birth to my sister in 1986. My father wasn't even in the United States yet. And for her to come from those humble beginnings and, you know, losing a child, and God, you know, taking one and giving you another. Because like I mentioned earlier in this video, my brother was literally born the same day that she passed. So my sister was born May 18, 1986. She passed October 1st, 1996, sorry. And then my brother was born October 1st, 1997, literally 365 days later. And my mom wasn't even trying to make another child. That was literally just a miracle by God type of situation. So to have overcome losing a child just to have another one, and God giving you a total of 4 children, which she told me she had a dream when she was young that she was gonna have 4 kids, and that's exactly the amount of kids that God is my daddy, that God gave her. Leaving school to be able to be a homemaker and a wife and seamstress, going back to school, to get her a AA, to work as a CNA, cleaning doo-doo diapers. Y'all know what CNA is like, retirement home, old people, you know, people on hospice and things of that nature. Basically, my mom is my superhero because she went through so much for us while also being a mother of 4 kids while going back for your AA, and then, you know, almost 10 years later going back for your Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, while also simultaneously making sure that dinner is cooked and ready every night, while simultaneously being a wife to her husband of over 30 years now, while simultaneously being a cousin because my uncle lives there as well, while simultaneously being a good, devoted daughter to my grandparents, rest in peace to them both, while simultaneously being a good mother-in-law to my grandmother, who I grew up with at the house as well before she passed when I was in college, rest in peace. Like, she is my superhero. Like, if there's anybody on this earth that I would catch a body for, it would be my mother. And I'm not trying to get emotional about it, but Mom, I love you. 3 people I looked up to. So Rihanna, my mama, and honestly, I can't name a 3rd person that I look up to, but if I could think of a person, a being that I physically look up to, it would be God, because at the end of the day, he is the author and the finisher of my faith. He, you know, knew my name before my mother knew that I would exist, before my daddy knew that he was gonna holler at her. Like, God, honestly, for the obvious of reasons. But I look up to my Father who is in heaven, hallowed be his name. Okay. My faith is really strong, and I'm continuing it to build it. I know I'm not perfect, but I'm doing my best to do so, and knowing that he is going to back me no matter if I make it, no matter if I don't, no matter if I rise, no matter if I fall, no matter if I hate him, no matter if I love him, on my weakest of days, on my strongest of days, that he is behind me. Like, I love being able to look up and look up at him, literally. So 3 people I look up to: Rihanna, my mother, and God. Last question. Y'all, we made it through this whole thing. Last question is, where does most of your money go? I mentioned earlier that I have been getting a big obsession with perfumes. So I definitely can say I have a wide variety of perfumes in my bathroom, which I think I'm gonna give you a tour of, you know, my collection pretty soon. I travel a lot, which I did mention as well, and whenever I go somewhere, one thing that I always do is hit some sort of souvenir shop, and I always grab 3 different things. 1, I grab a keychain for my mom. 2, I grab a refrigerator magnet, which I have a couple of them here and some of them are in Miami. And 3, I grab a shot glass. I literally have a shot glass from every single city that I've ever been to, except for Philadelphia. I did a road trip to Philadelphia. I didn't get there till like late at night. I want to say it was like 10 p.m., 11 p.m. And I never got an opportunity to get a shot glass. So I need a repeat trip of Philadelphia, and I need to get me a shot glass when I get there. Shout out to all my friends in Philly. Meek Mill, I see you. Yeah, most of my money goes to that. Most of my money goes to food. I am a fat girl in a small body, respectfully, because I pig out. Like, I'm hungry now, and I just ate 2 sandwiches before I started this. But I'm about to go to dinner with a friend, so I'll be fine when it comes to that. I'm actually gonna vlog that, so we'll see how it goes. YouTube short coming soon. And honestly, where else does my money go? My money goes to unnecessary accessories, hats, sunglasses, necklaces, shoes, bags. I'm gonna do my best to add some style videos to the YouTube as far as things of that nature, but honestly, I'm a millennial. My money goes to millennial things. Like, I don't know how else to describe it, but that's the best way that I can say it. My money goes to a bunch of BS. And that is the last of my questions. I was super nervous filming this because, like I said, it is my first YouTube video and I didn't know what it is that I wanted to do, but I figured the best thing for me to do is to allow everyone to get to know PYT. So I thought, why not, you know, be able to give y'all an opportunity on the fly of getting to know me with a couple questions without me sitting here giving you a long, boring autobiography. I thought that that was the best thing to do. So hopefully y'all like this video. I would hope that you would like the video, comment, and also subscribe to my YouTube page. Today we made it to 100 subscriptions, 200 subscriptions loading. And please feel free to follow me on all of my social media pages. Feel free to follow my Instagram, MsPrettyYoungThing Live. Follow my Twitter as well as my Snapchat, official Miss PYT. Go ahead and add me on TikTok, MsPrettyYoungThing. And if you would like to check out my live streams, which I stream just about every day on the Meet Me app, download Meet Me, download POF, or download Scout, and go ahead and check me out. All the links are in my link tree that you can find on all my social media platforms. I also added an Amazon storefront that I have all of my products that I use on my face, my hair, and a couple different surprises that I have coming up as well. I hope y'all enjoyed this video with PYT, respectfully.